Alright, let's continue. We're actually going to make our very basic tank destroyer now. Okay, this will be our tank destroyer. This one will convert to the tank destroyer. That'll do. Star Swirl class is the way to go, it looks like. Let's grab this one. We need more upgrades. Except we want this. Production efficiency cap is just so important. Get more construction speed. Start working on cryptology. Okay, now we're getting the Civil War events. Since we're staying harmonic, we want to get the least bad version of that. And in order to do that, you need to click this option right here. The other ones either start a civil war or don't give us as big of an advantage as we could get. Yes, and we are playing as though Celestia is in charge, so of course she's gonna throw her parade or whatever. We're gonna quiet the network once he gets to 35. Okay, here's our first event. Okay, now we want to pick this option here. Let's get more war support. And also this. We need more political power to undo the damage from elite difficulty. Next we'll do this. Start decrypting the Changelings. Yeah, let's quiet the intel network because that is enough to start infiltrating once we get our second spy. And let's keep training now that we've got oil again. Yeah, we'll grab this one. Dispersed industry. Nice. We're 0.1 per day. I think this is probably our maximum. Ah yes, this division over here, I forgot to explain why I'm putting it next to Canterlot. Spies, when they are in an enemy country, they build a spy network, and spy networks lower entrenchment. And you can see the lowering of the entrenchment when you have a unit that's affected by it. And since, well, pretty much everybody puts their spies in capital cities, if you put a unit next to the capital city, it'll be close enough so that spies will lower its entrenchment. Then you can see, by looking at this, there's 2 enemy intel networks in our country, and you can even see how strong they are. And you're able to determine that simply by putting a single division next to your capital. So, I mean, why not, right? I'm probably not going to use that information for anything, but it's nice to see. You have a better chance of detecting them. Start working on passive defense. See if we can catch those spies. How close are we to getting our Changeling spy? Or have we done it already? Oh, I think we've got them already. Okay, so we'll recruit them in 27 days. We're still going to be building infrastructure for a little bit longer, so I think I'm actually going to get this, since this is what we're researching. All our researches are right now that, right? 15% quicker. That's all we're going to be researching for the foreseeable future as well. Just industry tech. If we can get it quicker, that'll probably be better than getting to early mob now, because going to early mobilization reduces our infrastructure construction speed bonus by 5%. And civilian economy also has bonuses for industrial research speed as well. So it might actually be better to stay on civilian economy. The only thing this does, this will be way better when we start building factories, but we're not building factories yet. So let's do this instead. And then early mob will be next. Okay, now that we can, I think we will make this change. Boosts armor. Really gotta invest a lot of army XP into these tanks. Now, I should probably explain why we're making tank destroyers at all. So, the reason why is because we're going to min-max our tank divisions. So the way that tank divisions work is, let's start by making one. What our division is probably going to end up looking like for the war is probably this right here. This will probably be what our tank division looks like when the war starts. So the reason why we make our divisions like this is that this tank destroyer, the way that armor is calculated on a tank division, is it takes 40% of the most armored battalion in the division plus 60% of the average of the rest of the battalions. So when you have a tank division with a single battalion that has a ton of armor on it, you get a lot of armor bonus for the entire division. So by doing things this way, instead of adding a little bit of armor to all of these medium tanks, we're going to add no armor to any of these medium tanks and invest all of our armor into the tank destroyer. And by doing things that way, we'll get way more armor in this division for way less cost. And the same thing applies for piercing. Having a single battalion with high piercing is more cost effective than putting piercing on every single one of the tanks. We're probably going to put howitzers on all of these other tanks that have horrible heart attack. But anyway, this is what we're going for. So it'll be 50 tank destroyers for every 400 medium tanks. Costs 80 army XP to make this. We always want to pick the option that says causes no suspicious activity. These other ones, a bunch of suspicious activity, this is a little bit, this one causes none. And we're trying to avoid the civil war. If you want a civil war, pick the top one or the middle one. We are trying to avoid the civil war though, so we'll pick that one. Let's stop training. Yeah, there's no point training long term when you don't have fuel. If you do that, if you train when you don't have fuel, you don't get the full amount of XP you should be getting, but you do still get the same amount of attrition. That's why I'm training the fleet in bursts here. Can't do this yet. The next thing we want to go for is going to be research slots. We get one here, and we get another one over here. As for which one you want to go for first, it makes sense to do this one first, because on the way it gives us a bunch of extra research speed. Alternatively, we could be going for factories right now, but I think the research is more important. We need to start looking for a country to send an attaché to as well. Oh, here is our Changeling spy, I think, right? Yeah, I believe so. This agent here is a changeling, yeah, so it should have, changeling nationality. So it gets less chance to be detected. This guy just has a whole bunch of traits that is stopping him from getting captured. So if we just use like a normal pony spy, they would have been caught, I think, long ago. So we are going to infiltrate their civilian administration now. And the reason why is because we want enough civilian intel, 70%, because we want to be able to see their active national focus, because they declare war on us once they hit this focus right here. So we want to see when they start this branch, because this gives us a lot of advance warning. They can't declare war on us until they do this focus, which takes 100 days. But to get that, they need this one, which takes another 70, and these are another 140 between these two, plus 7. So 317 days advance notice we can have by simply having 70% civilian intel. Ideally, we're going to infiltrate every single one of their branches, because it gives us a static 12-ish% to each one of them that we infiltrate. So more passive defense. See, I don't think we need a trading partner because we're trying not to import anything. Grand Duchy of Ethusia. That's this country here. Yeah, I think we'll just take the political power. There you go. No suspicious activity. We'll actually take this now, I think. We get a plus 5% production efficiency cap. And we'll keep our infrastructure bonus of civilian economy. So now it's 30. Now it's 35. Do this. We want to get our counter intel up as high as possible so we can capture these spies here. If we can get a changeling spy, then we will get a big boost to our intel. Want construction first. I really try to get you here. The right choice was the bottom one on every single selection. Now you want to pick the top one. Okay, so we are going to lose, where is it? This one here, this debuff, and we also change our country leader. We also get some extra generals, some thestral generals later on by doing this. And I think this is the least bad option for remaining harmonic. Should get a bunch more manpower as well. Okay, our ratio is almost right. Yeah, 400 to 50. Military training. 25 political power for 5 XP. Probably doesn't sound like much, but we need all the XP we can get. The more armor we get onto this thing, the stronger our armored divisions are going to be. So, sloped armor we'll add. There we go. We'll do that. Next we need to grab these. Yeah, let's grab this. Yeah, let's grab this thing too. You know what? Maybe this is, I clicked the wrong button here. But we might actually be able to, this may not actually be as bad as I think, because it's going to take them a long time to actually get here when the invasion happens. So we'll take it. Make this next. We want to add one of these, and one of these, and also one of these. That's done. Surface visibility next. Oh, nice. Our counterintelligence efforts have paid off. Take a research slot. There we go. Past 70. We can now see where they are in their focus tree. So they've gone down to here. Okay, they're going after Olenia next. Capturing an agent is huge. 100%. Let's see what we can learn with 100% civilian intel. Okay, you can see what they're importing. Importing chromium. That's probably for the... Oh, they only got 2 on tanks so far, 2 on planes. Their military factories are so much better than ours, though. They're only importing from Alenia. Okay. What do they have for a navy? And no aircraft carriers. Lots of subs, though. Really need more research speed. I need the radio though as well. So let's just decrypt quicker. We're already putting the aluminum here, so why not? But this will be the last of the infrastructure we do. Okay, let's continue the training. And we'll go up to early. We actually have no way to get to partial yet. Our economy laws are blocked. Yeah, we'll finish up this infrastructure though, and then just mills until the war, pretty much. This is the one I meant to click instead of Albion. What else do we need? We're not going to steal blueprints. This. Invisible ink. We can see the technologies, right? What they've researched. I don't think it really helps us that much. Okay, we've got more operations we can do now. Let's infiltrate the army. Yeah, we just don't have enough spies to steal industrial blueprints. I'd rather just have the intel. And the rest of our aluminum is going to be dedicated to fighters. Time to start building mills. 100% states, except this one. And you always want to stack your factories too. This is something I didn't learn until way too late. But like I used to make factories like this, where you do one at a time in each state. And the idea behind that is that you always have the factory that's closest to being finished with the most factories assigned to it. But that's not actually the most efficient way to do it. You actually want to stack the factories like this. And the reason for that is, imagine that this is at 7,199 out of 7,200 completed. In the next tick, if you only have one factory in the stack here, if you're at 7,199 out of 7,200, and the next tick, it'll only increase by that one from 7,199 to 7,200. The extra IC that you should have gotten from 15 civilian factories over that one tick is lost. It doesn't go anywhere. But if you stack your factories like this, it actually, that extra excess IC actually gets assigned to the next one in the stack. It never jumps down the line. The excess IC never comes down, but it does get assigned to the next one in the stack, which is why stacking military factories is the most efficient method of building. What do we have here? This. Yeah, let's grab that. Before we do those, is there anything else we need? Yeah, we need this guy for military factory construction speed. This is what we're saving up for. I'm actually going to quiet this network here while we're waiting for this operation to prepare. So I don't want one of these spies to get caught doing something dangerous like building an intel network. Let's continue going for the more construction speed. Peaceful integration. Let's see how that goes. I suspect it's not going to go very well at all. That's that research slot done. Continuing would be nice, but I don't think we can afford it. We need to go for the next research slot as soon as possible. More research speed. What else is there to get? We want this. When do we get this? 103 days. Don't need that. Don't need this. Don't need that. Don't need this. Don't need this. We don't really need either. Just this. This is the only thing we need left. So we'll stop upgrading our agency until we get this tech right here. And there's the war. Yeah, that's probably what a bunch of magical friendship ponies would do. A diplomatic protest. Yeah, something we gotta keep in mind as well is this focus right here. Referendum for independence. When they take that, we'll lose 5 military factories. So you have to be ready for that. Getting more production output. 37,000 IC required. Yeah, usually you do not want to be refitting armor or engines. It's only in this like specific circumstances where you're like trying to save manpower and you have nothing else to build, and not even convoys. Or if you have no resources at all. You don't have the resources to make new ships and can't trade, or it doesn't make sense to trade. Only then would you actually consider refitting, engine or armor. 99% of the time, don't do it, but I at least believe in this context it makes sense to do it. Okay, let's grab the equipment conversion. Okay, we have to wait for an event before we can take the next focus. This one. Don't want to declare war. We'll do this one though. I do not want this because that just halved our daily XP gain. So let's get rid of that, and now it's back to normal. Yes, we also want to do this.